Hello, hello, my friends. AmyR here with Prairie Paper and Ink. Welcome back to my face and my card making space. And another card using a couple of new products from Simon's Stamp, one of which I've already used, the Snowbell Bouquet Wafer Dies. I used these in a live stream recently, and I'll have that linked in the end screen at the end of the video. So combine that with a couple other new products and then pulled out all-time oldie but goodie favorite, the Mushroom Stems Wafer Dies. They just go with everything. I love them. Again, if you're new, I have a thing for mushroom wafer dies. I don't know what it is. Don't ask. I'll have a link in the end screen to a playlist I've done. I think this video makes 24 something. Made a lot of cards with it. I love it. And then another oldie but goodie favorite, and just simple ink blending, building texture with wafer dies, splatter, all the good things. So as always, I will have links to everything I used in the description box below the video. My links are affiliate links. That just means that if you click on one of my links and end up placing an order, I do get a little kickback from that at no extra cost to you. That is what helps pay the bills, keeps the channel going. This card's actually also part of an Instagram hop that I'm in to share inspiration. And if you scroll to the bottom of my description box, I've got links to all my socials, my Instagram, etc. So you can check that out if you're interested. That's it for the chatter. Let's get into making the card. One of the other new products, and basically the focus of this card, is this Cuddly Bunny little wafer die set. Look at it. It's so cute. It's so cute. So I die cut it from Simon's heavyweight white cardstock. And then I just put some purple tape, just any sort of easily removable tape, behind the face portion there, so I could stick the little eyeballs and nose to that, and then stick all that to my grip mat. It's going to keep everything a little more contained. Plus, it'll help keep me from getting alcohol markers on my grip mat. Not the end of the world to use your alcohol markers necessarily on these photopolymer mats, but that will fully stain them, and over time I can't see the alcohol being good for it, because like I say, don't use alcohol to clean your grip mats or your clear photopolymer stamps. Just use a stamp cleaner meant for it, or just water. That's it, and wipe it down. We're good. So having these those little pieces stuck to the purple tape, I was able to just quickly take a Copic marker and color those in. Could have used black ink and a blending brush too. I've shown that in other videos, but the marker was fast. So on the bunny, I had blended FAWN and LATTE Pawsitively saturated ink. And then on the little innards for the ear was the bubblegum ink. And then this die set has this solid piece, which not only you can adhere the pieces to, which makes it easier, but it also creates the little tail. And he's just cute. He's so cute. So I adhered all of the little pieces, and then the little eyes and the dot to the nose, those I just picked up with an embellishment wand. And this was just purple tape. I'll have a link to it. I use this stuff quite often for, holding die cuts in place, things like that. It's kind of like the perfect tackiness in a sense. It's not too sticky, but it's not too low tack, if that makes sense. So anyway, after I did my little bunnies, I had die cut the greenery and stems for the Snowbell Bouquet die set. Those I die cut from Simon's Green Leaf cardstock. And to give it an extra bit of dimension, I'm going to add some Kale Pawsitively saturated ink, which is a pretty dark green. And again, this just gives that little extra depth. And I'm not being too precious with it, because these inks, smooth out and dry back as they dry. I talked about this in a recent video. I talk about it in a lot of videos, but I talked about it a lot in a recent video about how inks dry back. A lot of these inks that smooth out as they dry, they soften and dry back. So when you're blending them onto color cardstock, it's just something to keep in mind. And if you have a specific look you're going for, or a certain amount of depth you want, is to, blend onto a scrap of paper, set it aside, let it dry. So I did the green stems, and then the little blooms, I just die cut from scraps of the same white cardstock, and then I added just a little bit of butter ink, just to give them a little extra something, and then adhered all of these little pieces together. Super simple. I just kind of did it mostly randomly to give them all a sort of just slightly different look. And then once I've got all of the little bloom portions adhered, you then just adhere them to the stems. It's super easy. Not really a whole lot of thought needed, which is always a good thing. And they're really cute. And this is another one of those die sets. When I first got it, I was like, like it's cute, you know? But then once I started like actually, die cutting it, playing with it, I was like, oh, I like this one a lot. I think the size of it too is just really nice because I can tuck it in amongst other things and create little arrangements. And yeah, it's just fun. This one's a lot different than a lot of the other floral dies I have. So I think it's just a cute one. So once I got all of my little stems assembled, then I got the mushroom stems out. I don't know. There's not a whole lot I can say here. I really like this set. I don't know why. So the mushroom caps I die cut from Simon's Lavender cardstock. And then I added a very different shade of purple because the Lavender cardstock is a more like a pinky purple. And I'm using the Heather, Violet, and Iris trio of purples from the Pawsitively saturated inks, which are much more blue-toned purple. And it just works. It works. So I just blended lightest to darkest with all three shades onto these little mushroom caps. And then I took the remaining parts that I just die cut from the same smooth white cardstock. And I took the FAWN ink, which is a very kind of warm gray shade, and very lightly, just hardly blended this onto these pieces, just to give them that little extra something. And then once I've got all that blended, it's time to assemble these, which I have shown a couple dozen times. The fun thing with these, though, is you can kind of adhere them in any way you want. You can tilt them. That's what I don't know why. Again, I don't know why. I don't know why I have such a thing for these. I think they're just cute. So, adhere the stems. I was making a right mess, and I've sped all this up in editing, but like I was dropping things. It was just, sometimes it just happens where you're just all thumbs. And yeah, dropping all kinds of things. I ended up getting like a smear of ink on the one, which isn't going to matter because we're going to add splatter. I was going to add it anyway, but that always, when I make a mistake or get a smear of ink where I don't want it, it just gives me more of an excuse. Anywho, another little filler I'm going to add to this is these little eggs. These are from the Happy Eggs set, which is a really cute set. And I didn't even realize until I was like snipping apart the dies that a couple of the dies have little holes in them. So you can make them kind of like tags, these little eggs. And I was like, oh, you could make banners with them. Cute. Didn't do that, but it's just something to like brew in the background for another idea. I just took the two like kind of speckled patterned egg stamps from the set and I stamped them onto just another scrap of white cardstock using the same inks that I used for the blending. So I used butter, and then I'm using bubblegum, and then the final one I'm going to stamp is Heather. So inked those up, stamped it, wiped it off, stamped it with the next color, etc. And then I'm going to use the coordinating wafer dies to die cut these little eggs. And then I also used sentiments from this same Happy Eggs stamp set. So I'm going to white heat emboss these sentiments. So I've got a scrap of black cardstock. Going to use my anti-static powder tool on there. That just keeps the embossing powder from clinging to anything other than the stamp sentiment. And then the sentiments I'm inking up with clear embossing ink. And I'm going to stamp them a couple times just to make sure I've got good coverage. And then I'll coat these with Simon's Detail White embossing powder. Tap off the excess and then melt that with my heat tool till they are smooth and shiny and melted. And then once that's done, you just let it cool off for, honestly, it takes a few seconds to cool off. And once it's cooled off, I can use my little microfiber cloth to buff away all that excess anti-static powder. And once I've got that removed, I'm going to use the coordinating wafer dies to die cut these sentiments. And then after I die cut the sentiments, I die cut more of that scrap of cardstock with the wafer die for the little bunny kisses word. So I can stack that up and like build a little bit of dimension. Because especially with this specific wafer die, it cuts like really close to the letters. I like it. I like that. I like that attention to detail. So rather than fiddle with like foam squares or anything, die cut scraps, adhere them together. So much easier. So I adhered a couple layers together, and then I'll top that with the one that I had heat embossed. And then once I've got my sentiments ready to go, I can start creating like my little scene here. So another thing I had pulled out was the Whirl Diamond Plate wafer die. I forget when this came out, and honestly, I couldn't find this for the longest time. I had misplaced it, and then when I was digging through, looking for something else, I came across it again. I was like, oh yeah, I really like this wafer die. The detail is fabulous, and I've used it in previous videos. And I'll be able to use it now again in upcoming videos, now that I found it. Anyway, I die cut sea glass cardstock from that. And then I adhered it to my card base, which is a top folding A2 white note card. So 4¼ by 5½ inches. And then I'm going to assemble my scene. So I'm going to adhere basically everything with just craft tacky glue. There's enough dimension going on between just all the layers of die cuts and then as I layer things up. So I've got my little snowbells. Those I die cut twice, by the way, the little snowbell bouquet. So I had extras to add to this. And I originally was only going to add like maybe like one extra, not all of them. And then in the end, I ended up using all of them. I couldn't help myself. Like, look how cute they are. They're so cute. So got those adhered and the biggest mushroom and then the little leafy bits. Got those adhered as well. And once I start going, it's always, as usual, hard to stop. So I'll get everything adhered. And then I only ended up using like one little foam square for this one egg, just because the way it overlaps. So pop that into place. And then, yeah, I've got my little eggs and then this little bunny. He's just a tiny little bunny. So, yeah, he's just so cute. And now, as I'm doing this voiceover, I should have dug through my stash. Again, I'll find it way past Easter. You know, a little pom pom, cut down a little white pom pom. Could have adhered that to his little tail. That would have looked adorable. Again, I know I have a package of them around here somewhere. Couldn't tell you where they are. I will find them in the weirdest spot, as always. But that's an idea. Anyway, got those adhered, and then splatter. So I put white gouache on my palette, thin it out a bit with water to get it to a good consistency, and then I'm gonna pretty heavily splatter this entire card front with the white gouache. And a person could always stop here, you know. You don't need to be crazy like I am and do multiple types of splatter or splatter at all, you know. But like I always say, it's fun to even just to try it, you know. You don't have to do it, you don't have to like it, but it's fun. Even if just to try it out, you know, just to be a little loose, be a little free with it, see what happens, see if you like it. And if you don't, not a big deal. So I'm also going to add black splatter. So black gouache, thin that out with a bit of water as well, and then add that to this, because why not? Black splatter that one is definitely more intimidating. I get it, and I get a real kick out of when some of you have commented and said that I have brought you over to the dark side and you now have embraced the black splatter as well. And I'm like, yes, welcome. We should have like t-shirts or something. I don't even know, you guys. It's just funny. I like it. Sometimes it's too much, but I still like it. So I added that splatter, let it dry, and then I adhered my sentiment. I kept the sentiment off because I didn't want to get splatter on it. So I just adhered it after it was dry. And then on the inside, I have my little eggs and that extra little bunny that I had die cut because seriously, he's just adorable. He's adorable. So I adhered those to the inside of the card. And then I'll adhere the sentiment, and that's going to finish off the inside. And he's just holding that little egg, being all adorable. So got everything adhered, just like so. And then as my final little bit of embellishment, I have the Cottontail embellishment mix, which they're not white. And the image online is deceiving. They're like a cream color, I guess. Yeah, they're pretty. Like, I've used them a couple times already in videos, and I just, yeah, they're a good neutral in my opinion. They kind of go with everything. So I sprinkled a few of these throughout my little card front here, and then I just pick them up with my embellishment wand and adhere them into place with craft tacky glue. And then I just got to let the glue dry, and this card is complete. And then I paired it with one of Simon's blue violet envelopes because that like perfectly matched the color that I created for the mushroom caps. Who'd have thunk? I love when that happens. So, and I'll link to those envelopes too, because I get asked a lot about envelopes. I get the majority of mine from Simon Says Stamps. So I'll have links like always. And again, thank you all so very much for hanging out with me, for thumbs upping and commenting. I appreciate it, and it does help a ton. Subscribe if you haven't. I'd love to have you. And I'll see you all very soon in the next video. Bye. Thank you so much to my amazing Patreon supporters. For anyone that might be interested in joining my Patreon community and supporting me, the link to my Patreon is in the description box below the video. For everyone else, as always, thank you all so much for taking the time to watch my videos, for thumbs upping, commenting, subscribe if you haven't. I'd love to have you. And here's a couple other videos for you to check out in case you missed them. Bye!